What are you doing? You were such a little hellraiser in the morning, you. I'll tell ya. Happy kitties in the morning, aren't ya? Aren't you a happy kitty? Hi, say hi, guys. Good morning. Let me help you drop your phone. Oh boy, we're getting a doozy of a storm up here this morning. Snowing like son of a gun. Heavy, heavy, wet snow. Thick, heavy, wet. Not good. Probably wound up losing the power by the looks of things. So I wanted to, people were saying that they kind of enjoyed my longer videos, so I figured I would make a longer video today. I wanted to just explain some of my points of view. You know how evil every part of the government is, and pretty much how evil the entirety of the world is where we live in. They the elite or the bad people, the negative people, they can't put their hands on every single one of us at once. Although they would love to, that would be their intentions. That's why they try to poison us at every step. But yet we kiss their ass and cater them like they are something that they're not. So basically, if they could get to every single one of us, like I said, they would. So they can't, right? It's not physically possible. So instead, what happened was they invented money. They invented things. You get what I'm saying? So that you'd have to work for these things and want for these things. And when you couldn't have these things, or the want was more than what you were getting, then if you knew, you'd wind up feeling depressed. You would wind up motivated, trying to get that money. So you're wasting your energy on something that wants you to waste energy. So basically what they've done is they've had us here this whole time, since the beginning of time, I guess. I mean, I wasn't there, but I'm assuming, to just basically to slave, and if they can't, if they couldn't physically get to us, they wind up getting to us through our emotions, and that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing where we're here, guys. I cannot specify this or make it any more. I can't even think of the word. Everything that is done is a lie. Everything. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you tell me that China's got a hypersonic missile. I don't care. I don't care if you tell me that the boogeyman over in Korea has got. I don't care. I don't believe none of it. It doesn't exist to me because I know it's all lies. They can't get to you physically. The only other way to get to you is mentally. They know the mental structure to human actions. I've been trained in it. It's called cognitive awareness. I taught for the Department of Corrections after I got out of jail and was taught this. And I wound up teaching this for the Department of Corrections for quite some time on a volunteer basis because I believed that it worked so well. And it did. It worked so well. Actually, it worked too good for me because I got so good that I could plant seeds and manipulate the system around the seeds that I plant without these people even knowing that I planted the seeds, knowing that I was going to manipulate the situation. And this is all about having core beliefs, finding somebody's core belief, violating that core belief, and setting their emotions out on a tizzy, basically. So everything in the news is against a practical person's core beliefs. Starvation, harm, violence, gun violence, wars. It's all sparked to get emotion. They can't get to you. They can't physically get to every one of you. It's all a lie, man. The mystery booms in the sky. I've told you now what them are. That's the toroidal fields collapsing on our Earth, making bangs. The spontaneous combustion, people spontaneously combusting, that's a natural thing that happens on this earth. It happens. It happens. Okay, things catch on fire. I have a close friend of the family who was actually featured on a show. His name was Francis Baker. He was fishing with my dad. His arm caught on fire out of nowhere. He actually survived. He was one of the very few survivors of that phenomena. And it's all lies, guys. All lies. All these nuclear war, all these nuclear weapons. The only time a nuclear weapon goes off or something like that is when a plasma arm reaches down and blows something up. And that's what's going on. And that's what's going to happen right up until the end. And I'm also going to tell you something else that well, wait, I'll tell you that after. Even weather modification. Okay, yeah, they can do a little bit of weather modification, but they can't override the creator system. They can influence it. They can try to steer it and do what they want, but they're out of control now. They have no control over it now. What's going on now is going to be the reset. And we're going to have a lot of stuff happening up until that point that they're going to blame on aliens. Lots of lights in the sky. Aliens, okay? That's what they're going to say. And that's a bunch of crap. This whole existence is a lie, guys. Everything was found. Everything was inherited. Haunted houses, it's a lie. You look at, they're not a lie. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. They're not a lie. People don't know. When that drawer flies open and all that silverware goes flying, it's all about magnetics. These houses are laying on ley lines, or they're laying where the ends of the rainbows come, because the rainbows are constantly turning, and it's pulling things. It's pulling things. Shoosh, like the drawer. Boom, things go flying off. Doors open. Pipes make noises. You get weird floaty things in cameras because, and it's all just again to play on emotions. They don't want you guys to know all what these things are. They want you to think your house is haunted. They want you to lay in bed at night scared, not knowing any of this stuff. They've pumped so many drugs into our water and into our foods that our brains have stopped maturing. Literally. Which has prevented everybody's eyes from opening. And, with the 3 legs and the 4 heads, and they're saying, this is done by our, the government, and it's not epigenetics, guys. Look it up. This is what happens, okay? The XY chromosome thing gets screwed up in this time of day, years, and you get one more Y chromosome, and I can show you exactly, but that's how you get the 3 legs and the 5. They were not doing gene modifications and da-da-da. They probably were, and they probably want you to think they are. They can clone up to a certain level and stuff like that, but it's mostly a lie. It's mostly a lie. They're mostly robots. They're not clones. They're robots. They don't make life. They're incapable of making life. Cyborgs. That's what the world is today. That's what Joe Biden is. That's what... Oh, I shouldn't even said that word because that'll get me in trouble. I'm expecting this last strike, guys. It's not going to be long. But all of them. And I'm going to tell you something else. Everything in this existence is going to wind up being destroyed. Mount Rushmore, the Capitol, the Space Needle, and a couple of other places. The Space Needle's bad news, guys. Think about this. What does a needle have to do with space? The Space Needle's all about transhumanism. It's always been about the needle. It's always been about the Space Needle. Transhumanism. They want you... I just can't believe... The epigenetics... Another thing that really causes this... I'm sorry, I went from the Space Needle to this, but it's going to lead up to something. You can have something that happens 50 years before the deformity. they have records from people in the potato famine that have, they kept track of these people, and after you are malnutritioned and you're denied the stuff that your body needs and you're poisoned and stuff like that, you carry that genetic structure or that genetic flaw or that potential for that genetic flaw, what's that, where you have seizures, epilepsy. My dad had it, and that skips a generation. But you can literally have, 4 arms, 3 eyes, 4 breasts, 3 breasts, uh, 3 legs, and have it be because it was because of a famine 60 years prior. And that's just another one of their lies that has people wasting their time trying to figure out what it is. It's got their emotions all up in an uproar again, and a lot of misinformation, and it's disgusting. It is disgusting. Everything that is going on has the most simplest of explanations. That's the beautiful thing about the Creator. The Creator is simply beautiful. He is simply magnificent. He is simply everything that you could think of that has to do with goodness and beauty. And I consider the 3 legs, and I can still consider that beauty because that's nature. That's how it goes. That's how it goes when you have a calf with 4 legs and 5 legs, a bird with 2 heads, a snake with 2 heads. That's how it goes. It's that time of the Earth's cycle. And so to get back to the Space Needle and stuff like that, they want to prevent all this. They want to make their own reality, so that they've injected this stuff into people now that's going to make them not human. So what they're hoping is to starve us out now to get this epigenetic thing going, right? So that our kids and everybody else's kids that didn't decide to take the vaccination will be weak enough, basically to dilute us out so that we can die, and that they can have their own race of being. This is literally Satan trying to, again, portray his own reality and make his own life. Something he can never, or his own form of life. Something he can never do. He can never do it. Okay? He can't. He will lose. He loses every time. The Space Needle, when you do something as a cult and a cult action, when you get married and you're Jewish, they wrap the champagne glass in the rag and they stomp on it and go Mazel Tov. That is the sealing. That is the what do they call that? The sealing of the chapter, basically. I guess when they do effigies and they burn them like the Burning Man. That's the end of an era. That's the beginning of a new one. That's what it stands for. Okay. So they are going to literally take out the Space Needle, Mount Rushmore, Washington, probably the Capitol, all these things that will give any prior or any knowledge of our existence after we're all gone. They want all that gone, guys. They want it all gone. They don't want people to see it, period, because they want you in the metaverse. So we're not even going to be in history. They want humans gone from history, period. 100%. And the Space Needle just stands for the transhumanism that they're doing to the people with the you know what. Space Needle. Transhumanism. Enlightenment. It doesn't, and they put all this stuff right in our face. That's the most disgusting part about it. And everybody is just, I don't know why people can't see this stuff. Everything's a lie, guys. Everything. Even the COVID with the 5G and stuff. Dude, we get sicknesses at this time of our existence. Everything's done through our genetics. Everything's done through our DNA. And yeah, they can They can make animals and stuff like that and stuff, but nature's doing it on its own too. And like all the pictures of the birds with the lion body and stuff like that, that was all nature, guys. It's called epigenetics, and it's been done a million times over, and it's been recorded in caves everywhere. Everything in the caves that they tell you were in the caves, the squatting man, that's a lie. It's all lies. That's all plasma they saw in the sky. They wrote and drew on the walls to warn everybody, to tell everybody. That's coming. So when you guys are exposed to all this stuff, just try to keep it in mind that, all this stuff's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And it's going to, well, you'll see. Not going to be good, but I guess it can be good too, I guess. People are going to start seeing more fires, more floods, more lights in the skies. It's going to be more prominent. They're going to start saying that alien things are going to start being more, there's going to be more exposure. And then when the aliens blow up the Space Needle, like I was shown in my dream, and they blow up the Capitol, at least the dome part, one of them's going to be on live TV. Not sure which one. One of them's going to be, though. And this is going to spark the fear in everybody because nobody knows what the lights are, nobody knows what the bangs are, and they believe in aliens. And they're going to be so scared. And then when the sky rolls up like a scroll, and you see all the other worlds that are around us, men are going to drop like flies. Their hearts are going to fail them so unbelievably bad. And we're going to be fine because we know all about this. We know what it is. I literally, emotionally, have no emotion, period, anymore. I've been through enough to learn your emotions are fake. Death is good. It's not bad. When you lose your loved ones, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It really is. It's a good thing. Don't ever think it's a bad thing because I'm not afraid of death. Not one bit. I don't cry when people die because I know it's not a bad thing. It hurts when they're gone because they're part of you. We are all part of each other. We are all part of Source. That's why it hurts so bad when people die. They're a part of you. That's why it hurts so bad when your animals die. They're a part of you. That's not a lie. And it's simple. Well, the old power is flickering, so I'm probably going to lose the power in about 18 minutes or so. I got a pretty good video coming up here with some pretty good graphics to show you exactly what's going to happen. I'm probably going to put it up here a little bit later today. Just wanted to wish everybody a happy, what is today, Tuesday? Tuesday, and let you know winter ain't done here. I'm so sick of winter. Thought we were in summer, but I guess that was on a Tuesday, I think, last year, summer. Take care, guys.